What's up, YouTube? I'm G Infinite. Today, I'm going to be discussing Daredevil, Marvel Universe Daredevil, the different types of Daredevil. I'll be talking about a couple of different Daredevils, one by Marvel Select, some by Hasbro, and of course by Toy Biz. So stay tuned. This is the episode on Daredevil. Alright guys, so the first Daredevil that I want to introduce is done by Hasbro. This is from the Build-A-Figure Man thing. And these are part of the Netflix exclusives. These are a couple of the characters that were dropped by Netflix, such as Jessica Jones, Elektra, Punisher. So here you see Daredevil in his Netflix outfit. This is the Daredevil that most of you guys, if you haven't seen the series, it's really, really good. And it talks a lot about his storyline and the people he encounters, such as Kingpin and Bullseye and all these enemies that he does have, including, of course, the Hand, which is Hand Ninjas. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But this Daredevil is the Netflix Daredevil. And here you see him in his costume, very modern costume they gave him from the comic books that we know. I like that burgundy kind of color with that black, and of course a lot of attire there. If you see on the hands there, on the arms, you can tell there's a couple of patterns there of like almost like a gauntlet that he has on his hands. And they just gave him a really, really, really cool outfit. A lot of black and red, different patterns there mixed in. Like the chest sculpt there, as you can tell, he has that red, and then in the abdomen, it's like more black. And the head sculpt. Getting into the head sculpt is something pretty cool. My only concern with the head sculpt is that they kind of made the face pretty thick. They made him look very chubby on the face, which, you know, for those of you that know Daredevil, he's rather skinny guy, very fit, agile guy. So they made the head sculpt a little big, if you ask me. But aside from that, like what they did with it, if you take a look there on the side, you can see they put a little bit of black into the head sculpt as well with that burgundy color. And really, really cool. Like the weapon that they gave him here, they gave him the two fighting sticks normally he fights with, and you can either put it together or you could take them apart, so you could put one in each hand. And then on the leg over here, he has the holster for those two sticks, and you notice that right there on the left leg. So this is a very nice touch to Daredevil. This is the Daredevil from Marvel Legends series by Hasbro, and this is from the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure. Alright guys, so the next Daredevil is the Marvel Legends Infinite series Daredevil, and this is from the Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin, which is done by Hasbro as well. One of the things that I really like, and this is probably one of my top Daredevils, if you ask me, is because they got it right. You know, the portions are good, and if you're looking at like the head sculpt here, you know, you see like that old school Daredevil. You get that comic book feel for Daredevil. And then on the center of the chest, you have the double D there for Daredevil. And you could see it because it's kind of like a lighter red as opposed to the dark red. And you see those patterns in the hands there. You see that lighter red, and of course on the belt and on the boots as well. So looking directly into it, they gave him the two white sticks he's normally used in battle or fighting against like Kingpin or Bullseye. And they gave him a nice holster there, which is also a lighter red to kind of distinguish that and bring it out more. And this is just a really, really cool Daredevil. The joints are extremely flexible. You can pretty much pose them any way you like. And one of the things that I like about this Daredevil is definitely the flexibility, because Daredevil is like an acrobat, you know. So if you want to pair him up, fighting Kingpin or fighting Bullseye or even going up against hand ninjas, you will be able to do that. So this is the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Daredevil from the Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin. All right, guys. Now, this Daredevil here was dropped, and this is a Walgreens exclusive Daredevil. This is the traditional old school costume, the yellow costume and almost like a burgundy color they gave him, Daredevil. And this is where you see him like kind of in the earlier stages. Love the fact that they dropped it. This, like I said, this was a Walgreens exclusive. So if you picked it up, you would have to go to Walgreens to get it. But I'm going to get directly into this one. Love the costume. Love the colors that they gave. They gave Daredevil a fresh look. They did make the D in front of the chest there rather large. I would have probably made it a little bit smaller, but nevertheless, it is a cool look to Daredevil. Like what they did with the eyes there and the face sculpt. They gave the yellow mask with the red eyes to kind of bring out that Daredevil look. And then they gave him almost like a burgundy chest sculpt with a lighter red D on the center. And then, of course, the lighter red belt that he has there. And the holster for the 2 red sticks that he's carrying right now in his hands. Those also are detachable. The sticks can actually come off, and you could put one in each hand, however you want to do it. One thing that really got me about this one is that it came with the Matt Murdock head sculpt. There you see the head sculpt to Matt Murdock. Normally you see him walking around when he's doing his law business. Of course, he's a lawyer. For those of you that don't know, Daredevil's a lawyer. So I like that head sculpt. And one thing that I decided to do was I took the body of most of you guys. I don't know if you remember. This body right here comes with Chameleon and Janet Jameson. And what I did was I actually took the Matt Murdock head sculpt and I actually clicked it in and gave him that Matt Murdock look. So you'll see, I'm sorry about that. So you'll see Daredevil more or less with the Matt Murdock look. So that is a really, really cool touch to the head sculpt if you wanted to do something like that. And you could also put the red cane in his hands. So you can get that business feel for Matt Murdock. But that's another thing that you can do with that head sculpt. Or if you want, you could always interchange it with the Daredevil outfit. But that's something that you might want to look into. That also came out with that body sculpt that I showed you with the business attire is from the Spider-Man Legends Infinite series. So if you're looking for that, that came with the Rhino Build-A-Figure. But getting back into this figure, love what they did with the boots there. If you notice in the center of the boots, it has a little bit of burgundy, but it has that light red in the very middle there going up. And then, of course, they did the same thing. If you look at the hands there, they gave it almost like a little bit of red, like a circular red pattern going up there. So this is a really nice look to the Daredevil. This is by Walgreens. This is a Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Infinite Series Daredevil. All right, guys. So the next Marvel Legends Daredevil that I'm going to be talking about is the Black Suit Daredevil. This is from the Build-A-Figure, the SPDR. And one of the things that I like about this figure is that it's all black. He looks really, really cool, especially if you want to put him up against the Kingpin from the Face Off series. And I'm going to talk about that Daredevil in a couple minutes. But there's 2 types of Kingpins that were dropped in a Face Off series by Toy Biz. And there's one in the black and red outfit and one in the white and gray outfit, which definitely, if you want to put him up against Kingpin, this one would look really cool. He has almost the same sculpt as the Marvel Legends Daredevil, the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure. But getting into this one, like what they did. I'm going to talk directly about the face sculpt. There you have the black mask and of course the red eyes. Then you have the double D there that you see for Daredevil. His logo on the center chest is in red. And you have, of course, almost like the straps that he's known for using for fighting or boxing. You see them in red there. And then it's a two-tone hand where it's red and black. So it kind of gives it that almost that old boxing strap kind of feel on the hands. And the belt is red. So is the, if you look there, he has the holster for the two sticks or the canes that he puts in. So those, that holster there is for that. And then of course the boots are red, which are very, very cool. One thing that I love about this Daredevil is the accessory that they gave him. They gave him two interchangeable hands. If you're looking there, there's two interchangeable hands. And then the two sticks that he's known for fighting, they actually made it different this time. With this figure, they made it look more like a whip. You see there the two sticks in red, but then you see that white, almost like a whip kind of thing, and it just looks really cool. Extremely posable, and definitely something you can use when you're putting him on display or in a battle scene. So definitely like that. That was a cool touch and a new look to this Daredevil. So this is Marvel Legends series, Daredevil from the Build-A-Figure SPDR. All right, guys. So this is something I really, really like. And this is done by Toy Biz. This is the old school Marvel Legends Face-Off. And Face-Off is known for bringing a comic book, and they're known for their stands or dioramas. And you could put them and pose them in a fight scene. So obviously Daredevil's gonna come in with Kingpin. He was dropped. There's two types. The box set that you guys see over here, this is the Kingpin in the white and gray attire. Obviously, Kingpin is always well dressed. He is, of course, the leader of the crime. So you're gonna always see him well dressed, and he's always carrying a cane. Now, this Daredevil over here is the one that you're looking at right here. Now, this Daredevil is the one with the white and gray Kingpin. And what I like about this face-off Daredevil is that he comes masked, and they gave him like really, really posable and flexible feet there. You can see there's the feet are a little jointed here on the upper top, and then of course in the back. So this Daredevil, you can pose pretty much any way you'd like. It is the traditional Daredevil. There you see him in a light red. The uniform is all light red with burgundy gloves, burgundy boots, and then of course the belt and the holster for the two sticks that he's carrying there is also burgundy. I love what they did with the face sculpt. They made him look definitely comic book like for Daredevil, and the body frame is pretty big. But I mean, this was done by Toy Biz, and this was done way back before the Hasbro line was coming out. So I like what they did. But another face-off variant that comes in this double box set is the Kingpin that you see over here with the black suit and the red. This Kingpin is really, really cool. They made him look vicious there. One thing that you notice about this Kingpin is that his mouth, he's clenching his teeth, he's ready to fight. He looks extremely infuriated, and he comes with Matt Murdock, the head sculpt that without the actual mask. You see the head sculpt here. This is Matt Murdock with the glasses. That is the comic book Daredevil that we know. And if you're looking right here around the head sculpt, it's almost like the hoodie, like if he took off his mask. So you see that in the back there a little bit. And very, very cool, because you see kind of like the little horns there, so you know it's Daredevil. But one thing that I like is that they made two types. They gave you Face-Off, decided Marvel Legends Face-Off, which is done by Toy Biz, decided to give you two variants. They gave you the one with the mask, and then the one with the traditional head sculpt of Matt Murdock. So This is done by Marvel Legends. The Face Off is a double box set, which is done by Toy Biz. So definitely, I would pick up the variant. If you ask me, just because Kingpin looks a little bit more vicious in the variant version. But like I said, if you want to go traditional, it'll be the Kingpin in the white uniform with the actual masked Daredevil. So this is done by Marvel Legends Face Off, and these are the two different types of Daredevil. All right, guys. So the last Daredevil is done by Marvel Select. This is not done by Toy Biz or Hasbro. This is a Marvel Diamond Select Daredevil. And one thing that I like about the Diamond Select is that they make their figures a little bit larger in scale. So if you're looking at this Daredevil, he's a lot bigger and a lot taller. They gave him there, you see the two sticks there that he normally carries. And of course, he has a holster for both of them here. And this is traditional uniform there. The Daredevil, you see it there. There's a black outlining on the center of the chest there that you notice with the two Daredevil in red. So it's just an outlining in black, and then the two double Ds for Daredevil. The head sculpt, really, really cool. Like what they did with the head sculpt. They made him look there like the comic book Daredevil, which is a nice touch. And then, of course, you see the two little horns that he has on top of the mask. And the gloves, and you notice a couple of brushes there, if you notice, in black to kind of bring out the muscles. He's a rather slim guy, but very cut up. So they made that look pretty cool with a little bit of brushes of black to bring out more of the muscles of Daredevil. And then you see it there on the head sculpt, a little bit of brush of black on the actual face mask. And then, of course, it's red, but the gloves and the boots are like almost like a burgundy color. And one thing that I really like about Marvel Diamond Select is that they give pretty cool dioramas. This one came with the cross. There you see it's like made out of kind of like stone. And one thing about that is that Daredevil normally in battle or whenever he's hurt, you'll see him go to the parish of the Catholic Church. So you know, he's a conflicted superhero. You know, he doesn't know quite exactly what he fights for sometimes, and you see him kind of like kind of question, you know, but he's definitely he was brought up in the church, and the parish always looked out for him, even till now. When he fights and he's extremely hurt, you'll see him hide in the Catholic Church. So that's one thing about the character, that he has a Catholic, Roman Catholic background. So very, very cool. And this Daredevil is by Marvel Diamond Select. All right, guys. So these are just some of the Daredevils. There's plenty more. There was a box set that I forgot to mention that's really, really cool. That Daredevil is right over here, but that's from the Urban Legends box set. So you might want to look that up. But there's plenty of more Daredevils. This is just some of the Daredevils. I couldn't talk about all of them, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, hit that bell for the next notification, and definitely hit us with a like. And if you're looking at any pictures, you can check me out on Instagram at Marvel's G Infinite. So definitely look into that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the episode on Daredevil.